Welcome to the final instalment of our collective read-through of The Mystery of Edwin Drood by Charles Dickens. This month we are reading chapters 21 to 23, and I shall share with you now a short excerpt from chapter 23, The Dawn Again. A brilliant morning shines on in the old city. Its antiquities and ruins are surpassingly beautiful, with a lusty ivy gleaming in the sun, and the rich trees waving in the balmy air. Changes of glorious light from moving boughs, songs of birds, scents from gardens, woods and fields, or rather from the one great garden of the whole cultivated island in its yielding time, penetrate into the cathedral, subdue its earthy odour, and preach the resurrection and the life. The cold stone tombs of centuries ago grow warm, and flecks of brightness dart into the sternest marble corners of the building, fluttering there like wings. Comes Mr. Tope with his large keys, and yawningly unlocks and sets open. Come Mrs. Tope, and attendant sweeping sprites. Come in due time, organist and bellows boy, peeping down from the red curtains in the loft, fearlessly flapping dust from books up at that remote elevation and whisking it from stops and pedals. Come sundry rooks from various quarters of the sky back to the great tower, who may be presumed to enjoy vibration and to know that bell and organ are going to give it them. Come a very small and straggling congregation indeed, chiefly from Minor Cannon Corner and the precincts. Come Mr. Crisparkle, fresh and bright, and his ministering brethren, not quite so fresh and bright. Come the choir in a hurry, always in a hurry, and struggling into their nightgowns at the last moment, like children shirking bed. And comes John Jasper leading their line. Last of all comes Mr. Datchery into a stall, one of a choice empty collection very much at his service, and glancing about him for Her Royal Highness, the Princess Puffer. The service is pretty well advanced before Mr. Datchery can discern Her Royal Highness, but by that time he has made her out in the shade. She is behind a pillar, carefully withdrawn from the choir master's view, but regards him with the closest attention. All unconscious of her presence, he chants and sings. She grins when he is most musically fervid, and, yes, Mr. Datchery sees her do it, shakes her fist at him from behind the pillar's friendly shelter. Mr. Datchery looks again to convince himself, yes, again, as ugly and withered as one of the fantastic carvings on the underbrackets of the Saul's seats, as malignant as the evil one, as hard as the big brass eagle holding the sacred books upon his wings, and according to the sculptor's representation of his ferocious attributes, not at all converted by them. She hugs herself in her lean arms, and then shakes both fists at the leader of the choir. And at that moment, outside the gated door of the choir, having eluded the vigilance of Mr. Tope by shifty resources in which he is an adept, Deputy peeps, sharp-eyed through the bars, and stares astounded from the threatener to the threatened. The service comes to an end, and the servitors disperse to breakfast. Mr. Datchery accosts his last new acquaintance outside, when the choir, as much in a hurry to get their bedgowns off as they were but now to get them on, have scuffled away. Well, mistress, good morning. You have seen him. I've seen him, dearie. I've seen him. And you know him? Know him? Better far than all the Reverend parsons put together know him. You can download or borrow a copy of The Mystery of Edwin Drood from Medway Libraries. And do remember to join us to discuss The Mystery of Edwin Drood at readingdrood.wordpress.com. Thank you.